SVG's Jason Dachman here with another episode of SVG SportsTech On Demand. I am here with one of the longest running supporters of SVG, Thomas Riedel, CEO of Riedel Communications. Thomas, thanks so much for your support over the years. First of all, is everyone safe and healthy on the Riedel team right now?
Yes, we are. Thanks for asking. We had 6 cases in total. People have all recovered, and thank goodness nothing bad happened really. So no, we are good. Thanks for asking.
That's great to hear. So, look, we're not at NAB right now. There is no physical NAB show, which is a disappointment to all of us, but it doesn't mean that innovation is stopping and that the product cycle is halting, right? So first of all, what are some of the things that you would have been showcased at NAB that you wanted to share with the community here?
Well, I mean, this year's NAB would have been one where we had so many things to show. So for us, it's really like really sad. I mean, especially after the acquisition of Embrionix, having such a great new team on board, and obviously there's lots of things to tell and to show, and we would have loved to do that.
Sure, yeah, but the Embrionix acquisition is a huge deal. I mean, what is that going to mean for your customers, for the IP ecosystem that you're kind of building out? How is that acquisition playing out?
Well, I mean, first of all, I have to say it was the perfect match because these guys are really the experts when it comes to video and IP, and really a great team of engineers. And well, what they didn't have is really that global structure of sales and service and everything. And basically, we were looking for more engineering resources anyway. But the starting point was a different one. The starting point on the Riedel end was like looking at our video business, which was significant before that acquisition. Right. We still realized that basically people always connected our name with comms. And that was probably due to the fact that we are so successful in comms with our artist and Bolero business, but it has somehow put our video business kind of in the shadow. And we were really clear we need to do something which is more a marketing exercise. Sure. So we were looking for kind of how can we attach more video knowledge and more video to our name. And that was one thing Embrionix definitely gave to us, because now we are involved in almost every project where video plays a role. So, and that's not technical, but on the technical end, really, we have the MediaNet on one hand, which is a Riedel product line we have for quite a while, very successful. And Embrionix is very, very successful in endpoints, especially small endpoints, and all connected to IP. And that combination is really the perfect match. And we would have loved to show really lots of new applications, lots of new products there. And that is something which we can't do now. It's probably going too deep here, but we are about to launch a number of products and basically find different ways to show this. So people should stay tuned on that, and we will tell on various channels.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot coming down the line, and Riedel is very much more than comms today. There's no question about that. So right now, obviously, everyone is struggling and trying to make their way through this crisis. How are you trying to help the industry, both the M&E industry and outside in other sectors, with your solutions in order to get through this?
Well, let me give you 2 examples. One basically is the field of medical. We have helped a temporary hospital installation in the Netherlands, for instance, to really set up communication solutions there with all our Bolero, with the MediaNet and lots of other stuff. And funny enough, it happens exactly in the arena where the Eurovision Song Contest was supposed to be, and all the gear was ready to go. Now in the same location, we have kind of the same equipment, but a complete different application. We also see quite a number of applications and clients now which buy Bolero wireless intercom, but not for the use on stage or in a theater, but really they use it now in a hospital because, well, people need to talk and they don't want to get too close. So intercom systems definitely have other applications as well. And we even have focused now on medical applications to fill some of the business gaps. So probably not too much interesting for the audience here, but definitely nice mentioning. On the other hand, one of our big clients, which is the America's Cup, there's one team, and that's the Team New Zealand, and they have the big challenge there because they want to get back to work to build the boat for the final cup, and because of the lockdown, they couldn't do that, and they needed a solution to track basically their people and to give an alarm when people get too close, which now we provided, or better said, a daughter company of Riedel, which is called Ictimi, located in New Zealand. They're a 100% Riedel company. And we supplied them with a tracking device, which now helps them to go back to work and to get the approval to open their factory again. So we find things here and there. They wouldn't really fill the gap in business, but I think it's at least something we can do.
Yeah, it's helping humanity and helping the community and helping people get back to work, and obviously the medical project is extremely important. So in terms of the in our sector of the world, sports and media and entertainment, look, sports are shut down, but it doesn't mean that content creation has come to a halt, right? People are still having to create content from archive and things like that. And my God, comms is become like the most integral part of this, because oftentimes they're split between multiple cities. Everyone's at their home. So how do you see comms playing a role in these remote applications, and what are some things you're offering to users to keep them, communicating?
Well, definitely we see comms has become more important than ever, because distributed productions, remote productions, and everything now sees lots and lots of applications, and it's really about connecting all people involved, which are located in various cities or in even various countries.
Right.
And I just had a British company on the phone yesterday, and the guy told me, well, some of our remote boxes, basically, he bought more over the last couple of weeks than he ever bought before altogether. So we can definitely see that there is a big need there, and that includes our intercom, wired intercom, the artist system, as well as our wireless Bolero, where, by the way, if the NAB had happened, we would have shown a new version of the Bolero, which has spectrum management as a new feature in it. And that would have been a significant thing at that show, in my mind. Still, we have it, so people can learn about it. But unfortunately, we can't show it at an NAB.
Right, but it's still happening. Again, develop is still happening. Any other big product enhancements or product additions that you wanted to get out to the community that would have happened at NAB?
Well, one more I'd like to mention here is certainly on the artist intercom end. We have that 1200 series smart panel, and that whole smart panel concept, which was received in a big way over the last year. Now we have a second panel, which is a one rack unit panel. Before we only had that 2 rack unit version, and now we also, for people which have not that space, we have that 1 rack unit version, which was also planned for an NAB launch. So that's another significant one. But maybe not about NAB and product, but still mentioning, because sometimes I think positive vibes are more important than money.
Sure.
We have done a project where we've used equipment which was supposed to be at the America's Cup or Olympics and planned for all that. Now it was sitting on the shelf. And we here in tiny Wuppertal, Germany, we also have a zoo, and that zoo obviously is closed as well. And we spoke to the zoo, and then we learned that the elephants there, they had a pregnant elephant lady. And so we took some of the equipment which was planned for these global events, and we took it to the zoo for a live streaming event to show the elephants to people which can't go because it's closed. And we've been really lucky. About a week ago, we could show in the middle of the night, basically, we could show the moment of birth of a little baby elephant. And I have to say, money is always nice in business, but sometimes you have that moment where you really feel, well, it's not just about money. And it was such a great moment to see that. And if people are interested, of course, you still find the live feeds from Wuppertal Zoo in the internet on YouTube. And obviously, we also have a highlight clip of that moment of birth. we can learn a lot from elephants, by the way, if we
Yeah.
watch them and their behavior.
No question. That's beautiful. That's a really, really nice message to send out, especially now. And where can people find the highlight and the stream?
Well, if basically, of course, in social media on Riedel, you will find these things, but also on YouTube, if they just look for Wuppertal Zoo and elephants, they will find it. So pretty easy. And one thing, mention it again, we have not charged anything for that. That was a real free of charge charity thing. And even the Riedel employees, they did that in their spare time, so their free time. So basically, it was really a great project from everyone.
That's wonderful. So Thomas, look, right now we are sportsless. Studios are shut down, broadcast centers are shut down, but life will go on, and we will have live sports again. However, when that happens, I think we all know it's going to be a very different situation, very different working environments, more people likely working remotely or at least separated and not in the same room. And I'm sure that comms and IP video solutions are going to play a huge role in that. So I'm curious what you think. How do you think the live production scenario is going to change, and how can you try to work with customers and serve customers to adapt to these changes?
Well, even so, we all feel the whole situation is really bad and it's a big disaster to our industry as it is for the whole world. I also feel that what we learn these days is what can be done in remote production, what can be done in different ways of producing content, and definitely communications equipment, equipment to send video and audio across countries around the world is definitely something which will be speed up. And after that crisis, I think we will stick to lots of things we learn right now, and that is a positive in that whole situation. And we believe that Riedel, since all our business is about communications, as the name Riedel Communications says, we believe our business model will be more valid than before. So I think, again, comms and also the products around Embrionix, our MediaNet portfolio, they are pretty much spot on now, but also after the crisis.
Yeah. Again, it's going to be a different world, but some of the things that we learn here are really going to take us forward and accelerate some innovation. And I'm sure you guys will be a part of that. Thomas, thanks so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. Our best to the entire Riedel team, and please stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
For more episodes of SVG Sports Tech On Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.